Back when the Ming invaders were attacking our country, they went everywhere killing innocent people and stealing everything from folks. Life for the people was super tough and miserable. Seeing how bad things were, some patriotic people got together to plan an uprising against the cruel and brutal enemy. Among them were the rebels from the Lam Son area. But these rebels were just regular farmers in simple clothes, with basic weapons, and they hadn't attracted many people yet, so they didn't have enough strength to fight back. Many times, the rebels rose up, but each time they got beaten by the Ming generals. The Dragon Lord saw their brave fighting spirit and patriotism, so he decided to lend them his magical sword to boost their power and morale. At that time in Tanwa, there was a guy fishing in the river. When he pulled up his net, it felt really heavy. He thought to himself, "This time I must have caught a ton of fish." But when he hauled it up, there wasn't a single fish, just an old sword. He tossed the sword back into the river. The second time he pulled the net, the sword got caught again. This time, he threw it farther away. On the third pull, it was still that same sword tangled in the net. Weirded out, he picked up the old sword and took it home, stashing it in a corner. This guy was Le Then, a farmer from Tanwa with a strong love for his country. He'd long wanted to join the Lam Son rebels. The Lam Son rebels' forces were growing bigger, and they wanted to recruit more talented, patriotic people. Le Then had the strength and a burning desire to kick out the invaders, so he joined up. He fought in key battles and contributed a lot to the big wins, earning Le Loi's total trust. One time, Le Loi led his troops through Tanwa and stopped at Le Than's house to rest. As soon as they walked in, Le Loi and his generals saw the old sword in the corner glowing super brightly. They picked it up and saw two words engraved on it: Thuan Thien, Heaven's Will. Everyone was shocked but figured it was just a regular sword. Later, the rebels fought many battles against the Ming. In one unlucky fight, the rebels lost, and Le Loi got chased into the deep forest by the enemy. While running, he spotted something shiny on a tree branch. Curious, he climbed up and found a sparkling jeweled sword handle. Remembering the glowing sword at Le Than's house, Le Loi grabbed the handle. A few days later, meeting Le Then, Le Loi told him about finding the shiny handle and asked to borrow the old sword. Surprisingly, when they put the blade into the handle, it fit perfectly, and the sword became super bright and sharp. Le Then and everyone there knelt before Le Loi and said, "This must be a heavenly treasure to help the rebels fight the invaders. Now, please take this sword to lead us in kicking out the Ming and bringing peace to the people." Le Loi took the sword from Le Then and promised to give his all to lead the rebels in following heaven's will. From then on, the rebels won every battle, 100% victory rate. The Ming forces weakened, and the rebels didn't have to hide in the forest anymore, they faced them head-on. Supplies got fuller from capturing enemy stuff, boosting the soldiers' fighting spirit even more. Soon after, under Le Loi's leadership and with the magical sword, the rebels defeated the Ming. The scared invaders fled north, and the people got peace again. After driving out the Ming, Le Loi became king to rule and unite the country. A year later, when the king and his loyal ministers were boating on Ta Vong Lake in front of the capital, the Dragon Lord sent a golden turtle to take back the magical sword. When the boat reached the middle of the lake, suddenly a golden turtle popped up from the clear water and said, "Your Majesty, the Dragon Lord lent you the magical sword to fight the invaders. Now that the great task is done, please return the sword." Le Loi listened, took off the sword from his side, held it with both hands, and offered it to the golden turtle. The sword flew from his hands into the turtle's mouth. The turtle grabbed it and dove back into the lake, disappearing. From then on, Ta Vong Lake was renamed Sword Lake or Ho Guom Lake. Lessons learned. Praising the spirit of unity against invaders. The people from Lam Son and Tan Hoa rose up against the Ming, but since the enemy was huge and our side was just farmers, they kept getting beaten. Seeing their brave hearts and patriotism, the Dragon Lord lent them the magical sword to boost their strength and morale. With the sword, our army won everywhere and quickly wiped out the Ming. This shows the unity spirit of our nation. Even after failures, they kept rising up and fighting. The magical sword's appearance represents our people's unity. Its amazing power is the power of everyone working together against the enemy. Thanks to our people's unity, the invaders were quickly defeated. As long as we stick together, no enemy can beat us. Showing the people's desire for peace. In the story, you can see the rebels' unbreakable spirit and determination to drive out the invaders. Even with basic weapons and just farmers, they didn't give up. This shows our nation's craving for a peaceful life. The Dragon Lord lending the sword and the golden turtle appearing show the desire for national independence. The Dragon Lord and golden turtle are divine beings, symbolizing supernatural power from above. The Dragon Lord giving the sword shows our people's faith in victory and peace. Showing respect for divine beings. In the story, there's a part where Le Loi holds the sword with both hands and offers it to the golden turtle. Le Loi was a king, but he still showed respect to the divine. This shows our people's reverence for supernatural forces and gods. Renaming Ta Vong Lake to Sword Lake not only marks driving out the invaders but also shows our nation's gratitude and devotion to the divine. From this, the story teaches about living with gratitude and valuing those who contributed to fighting invaders.